allowed to have quotas, maybe?
Well,
Because I think that's really unfair to them. I mean,
well, and here's the thing: there are illicit drugs, or especially prescription drugs that kill people, like 8, 9 a day nationally, every day.
yeah, like prescription drugs.
Oxycontin,
yeah.
Codone, these things kill people. Fentanyl,
There's
heroin,
lots of them
hard narcotics. But what's holding this back is corporations. Going back to the 30s, the hemp is a great fiber, but the DuPonts and the Mellons made sure that was legislated out of production so that they could get nylon.
You could genetically modify a better crop than hemp.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly it. And the deal is we have got to bring some rationality to what we're going to allocate our resources for. If security is important, well, chasing around after after a pot is just not a good use of resources.
Well, it's
way drug than a 12-pack of bud is the worst.
Right. That causes a lot more harm. I mean, but what about the hypocritical parts? I mean, if President Obama and George W. Bush and Bill Clinton all wouldn't have even allowed to have been presidents if they were treated the same way as some of our fellow citizens were who only had possession of marijuana.
Yeah, exactly. And this is to fill.
So anyone can be president, right? Unless if you get caught.
I'm against private prisons. There's no way that you should have a profit motive on my incarceration. Totally. Or anyone else's, for that matter.
Yeah, they try to pass laws like 3 strikes you're out so they get more prisoners.
Exactly.
And you know what? The prisoners work, they're like Chinese labor too. I mean, because a lot of these companies hire
Exactly.
prisoners.
You're exactly right. It's educate or incarcerate. We spend way more in prisons than we do in education. And they're crying about the cost of education and these bad teachers. For crying out loud. I don't know how many teachers... I can't really count any teachers that I've known who are in education, to make to ensure that their students are don't come out of there better than the way they came in.
Well, and a lot of people. I think if there's one thing that's I think we should bring education back to the local community, but if there's one thing that would be good to make sure that there's some standards is
that's exactly what I was going to say.
Learn civics or learn about civics and the Constitution.
Exactly, civics, but they don't want you to know that stuff. To know history, then you might not repeat it.
Your rights
and what we got going on.
Yeah.
No, it was standards. You set the standards, and like when I'm from Buffalo, New York, as I said, and my friend's a teacher, and by a certain point, every teacher's got to have a master's degree. I mean, they have to be competent in what they're doing, and the schools that need to be well funded. Now, the other thing here is
well, Vic, it's done on property tax, don't you think? And now this is more of a state issue. I just think they should collect the property taxes, perhaps, or I think maybe we should get rid of it and have sales tax. But either way, they should distribute the money based on population, right? It's not. That's why some.
Not on all this. Look, the kids that live in the affluent neighborhoods, they already have advantages. We need to make sure that you don't want people to grow up to be criminals. Well, you need to make sure that they have the proper preparation that they can become productive members of society.
And plus, as kids, they need stuff to inspire to. Like when they were young, people wanted to go